Greeting everyone, Albert is back, and today we'll find the answer for this question. Should kids be allowed to watch whatever they want on TV? So that will be our topic for today. So first, before we talk about should kids be allowed to watch whatever they want on the TV, we should talk about some different genres of films. So the first genre is action movies. The second type is documentary. The third type are dramas and comedies. The fourth type is cartoon. The fifth type are novels. And the sixth type are horror movies. So these are just some examples of different types of films and movies. There are multiple more types, but I just take these six as an example. So here are the three types that kids should watch and can watch. The first type are cartoons because they have an easy to understand content and they are kid appropriate. The second type is documentary. Although documentary can be sort of difficult to understand, they are still educational and it's good to let the kid watch them. The third type is fantasies. There are many good books that are in this genre and many movie adaptations of them, and it is good to let the kids watch fantasy as it can promote their creativity and imagination. So here are some requirements that I find out for movies to be kid appropriate. The first, I split it up into two groups. The first group are the qualities and the second are content. So the first quality of a movie to be kid appropriate, that it has to be simple. So it cannot be too difficult because if it is too difficult, the children will not understand. And if they watch it, they will get mind blowing and they just can't understand. So it has to be simple. The second, it has to have a good visualization. It has to use many pictures. So that's why I recommend you to let your kid watch cartoons because first they're fun, they're entertaining, and they use a lots of pictures. And the third quality is it have to be appealing to the kid. So appealing, it have to attract the kid. It has to be interesting to watch the kid. So if you watch a movie and it's not interesting, you will not have the motivation to watch it, and it have to be appealing to the kids in order for the kids to find it entertaining. So now about the content. First thing and most important things, the content have to be, so all the explicit content have to be eliminated. So kids should not watch explicit content like porn or blood or horror movies. So those are called explicit content and they should be eliminated or filtered out from movies that the kids should watch. Some kid appropriate movie should not have explicit content. And the second things that the content must fulfill is that it have to be designed for the right age. So if your kid is 5 years old, they should probably watch the movies for 5 years old or for older ages. So the content has to be non-explicit and it has to be for the right age. So now we'll talk the pros and cons of letting kids watch whatever they want. So the first pros is that if you let the kids watch whatever they want, they may run over some educational programs and they can learn new things as well as their speed of picking up new things will be improved. And also if you let them watch whatever they want, they will more likely to find the shows that they seem entertaining to them. So now we'll also talk about the cons of letting kids watch whatever they want. The first cons is that if the kids find the shows so entertaining and they are addicted to the screen, it can harm their eyes so much that you have to buy them a glass. The second thing is that they can run over explicit content. So if you let your kid watch whatever they want on the TV, the chance that they will watch explicit content is almost inevitable because there will be no supervisor over them, and that they can run over some contents that are not appropriate for them. So the third cons is that if they watch too much movies, like the action movies, they can start to behave like the characters in the movie and start to behave. They start to stop listening to you and do things that they should not be doing to feel cool and just like the character. So that is one cons. The fourth cons is that they can wasting time watching too much TV, and that can be really bad because those time can be used to do other things such as studying or helping you with the chores in your house. So we have barely made a conclusion. I can think that maybe letting kids watch whatever they want is not so good. So how to regulate what your kids watch? So first, you can talk to your children about what they should and shouldn't watch and why. So you have to educate them, make them become an educated person so that they can know what to watch and what to not and why. And second, you can watch with them. So if you watch the TV with them, you can know what they watch and you can regulate it easier. The third thing is you can set the time limit for how long they could sit before the screen in a day. So if you regulate the time, your children will have a lower chance of exposure to explicit content. And the fourth things that you can do to regulate what your children watch is to set the parental control in your TV. So if you set a parental control, you can regulate what type of programs your children can get access to when they turn on the television. So now we'll move to our conclusions. So there are two situations I made up. So you can let your children watch whatever they want if you regulate, like you set up the parental control. Every time they turn on the TV, they can only get access to educational programs or cartoon. So if they can only watch educational programs or cartoon, you can let them watch whatever they want because they can go freely to explore the educational contents and the cartoons. But if you cannot set up the parental control or spend time supervise them, you should not let them watch whatever they want. So those are the two conclusions, and you can make each conclusion based on whether you can supervise them or not. So that's all for our presentation today. And if you find the video valuable or it's interesting, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. And I'm really thankful that there are a handful of you guys who subscribe to my channel. Thank you and goodbye. See you next time.